Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest baby trapping video. Today we'll be showcasing Brandon's baby trap. So if you guys like these videos, hit the thumbs up. Also think about subscribing if you're not subscribed. So let's get into the video today. So Brandon is a 24 million mite C16 castle, and a 270 mil mite guy decided to port on him and start attacking. He's sending a 300,000 march. It's actually 375. Didn't know it at the time, obviously. All he knew, it was 300,000 plus. He almost shielded it because he was like, oh my god. Again, when you're doing these baby traps, you don't always know what kind of hits you can take, especially these 375s from these tier 4 people. They get very, very iffy because this guy had a proper tier 4 blast. He could be burning his whole front line, but luckily for Brandon, it was a 375,000 mixed tier 4 blast. Again, Brandon did not quite have enough troops or enough damage to cap 375k. That's the problem with the 24 mils, the 25 mil, the 20-something mil baby trap. You just don't have enough basically damage to take out those 375k tier 4 blasts. If you're in like the 30 mil mite range, then you start having it like my other baby trap you saw where it took the tier 5 blast, or not the tier 5 blast, tier 5 hit. But yeah, you could take that, but at this mite is much harder. So the guy's going to be going in for a second 375. Brandon was a little bit more confident on the second hit, considering he took the first hit pretty fine, took 0 losses. I think this guy is going to be popping an attack boost this time to actually do a little bit more damage, but it was no burn or anything like that. It was a walkback still. Again, nothing really changed other than the fact that this guy popped an attack boost and he forgot to heal his truce, so he lost 311,000 tier 4 dead there, 63,000 walk back. But yeah, so he did do a little bit more damage on the second hit. I think he must have popped a 50% attack boost on the second one because it went from like 180,000 to 210,000, so he did about 30,000 more damage, or took 33, or Brandon took 30,000 more damage than the initial hit. So yeah, so he was asking for some tier 3 reigns because he's like, because obviously can't cap the guy. The guy's, or the tier 4 was just a little bit too much, so he needs a little bit of tier 3 in the back line, I think, just to cap that from his guildmates if they're going to go in for another hit. But it's not too bad. He's not losing any troops on any of these hits, so even if they're getting a walk back, it's not a big deal. The only thing is he can't cap the guy, but he's getting a bunch of free kills anyways, bunch of experience, 140,000 experience, which is really important when you're not level 60 yet. Getting that experience really helps out. Yeah, and so between the two hits, he got almost 400,000 reds on the guy, so that guy lost 400k tier 4 there, which hurts a lot. And Brendan obviously lost nothing, 0 reds for him, so he won in the end. This guy has about 10 million troops, so he's got quite a bit of troops. He's got about 2 million-ish each of tier 2, with about 1 million each tier 3 and 1 million each tier 4, so he's got a decent comp. Obviously, for a new kingdom like this is 883. If you guys don't know, it is a closed kingdom, so no big guys can move in here. This is why the baby traps work so well. So anyways, this is next clip is we're just going to move on to it, is where Brandon is actually stealing someone's level 3 monster that they are hitting. So that's from the what's the guild name? Was it 1k something or something like that? 1kz or something? Yeah. So anyways, he was stealing their level 3 gorilla here, and they obviously got a little upset with that. So that's one of the ways you can bait people into hitting you. One is attacking smaller people in their guild. The other thing is just stealing their monsters, and they get upset and they go and hit you. So he was able to steal that. He did hit it a bunch of times just to get his damage up, so he was able to actually steal it. But yeah, so there was someone from their guild hitting the gorilla, and he decided to port on there and try and steal it himself. And it looks like SUK me off decided to port next to him. So he's getting ready for the attack. He's like, oh, here comes the attack. So he's getting his war gear on quickly. Again, if you're a baby trap, you don't have the quick swap. I don't even think you have the option to get quick swap at C16. So this guy's sending 200k plus troops at him. Again, with the C16 watchtower, you do not know what they're sending. All you get is an approximation of how many troops. So it says 200k, but it could be 290 189k, or it could be 200k. In this case, it was 230k with his leader. It was mixed tier 3. Again, you don't get the tier type of the troop that they're sending either, so you're kind of guessing based on their might what they're sending. This guy kind of looked like a tier 3 guy because he was only around 50,000. The previous guy was 270 million, so obviously he's probably tier 4. But if they're in around that 100 mil, 150 mil might, what's called range, you're like, is he tier 4? Is he not tier 4? Is he up tier 3? You actually don't know at that point. A lot of people around 130 mil probably have tier 4 in these new kingdoms, so they're not like troop hoarding. But you never know. Sometimes they're just tier 3. So you're like, is he tier 4 or not? I don't know. We're going to see in about 2 seconds when he hits me. So that's kind of a little worrying when you're actually trapping here because you don't know what's coming at you. And in this situation, we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is a guy doing a self gangbang. So this does work. Sometimes in New Kingdoms, you can self-gangbang someone if you have a bunch of high-tier troops, and they have, let's say, 500k troops or something like that, and you go in with all your troops, and you just gangbang them. You can actually zero someone this way. I think Brandon actually got zeroed this way from a tier 4 guy, self-gangbanging him. That's when he was a little bit smaller. I think he was like 15 mil when that happened. But again, when you're 15 mil might, you can't take a tier 4 hit, so if they send like 5 tier 4 hits at you, they can actually zero you really quickly. So especially if you're in Fury, you have literally nothing you can do because you can't pour it away if there's 5 marches walking towards you. You can't shield or anything like that. So you got to be a little careful around those tier 4 guys if you are a smaller baby trap and can't take a tier 4 hit. So anyways, Brendan was able to take all those hits very easily, healed up in between there. Again, this guy was sending tier 3, but this is one of those guys that you don't know. Ouch, ouch, ouch. This one is the one that hurts a lot. He sent like, I think it was 4 or 5 marches, and after the first march, his infirmaries are full, so every march after that hit, completely zeroed. You can see 220,000 reds there, 200,000 reds there. It's just like, oh my god. So the guy almost zeroed himself just on trying to solo him here with the self gangbang. So that's what happens when the self gangbang doesn't work out. You just end up losing a ton of troops. So it's like kind of hitting like a griffin trap when you're farming them, and all of a sudden they poured away, and 6-year marches are walking towards them, and you only have infirmary space for one of them, and then the other 5 are all red. So that kind of happened there. So they started to set a rally on Brandon after that because obviously the self gangbang went horribly wrong, and the guy lost like 800k tier 3. So they decided to start a rally, and it's about a 300k rally. But Brandon's guild decided to set a double rally on the guy who was rallying him at the same time. So we'll get to see what's called double rally after. Again, New Kingdom, this isn't going to be a crazy double rally. It's going to be like not even a full rally with mixed tier 3 and 4. So don't expect something crazy from the other rally. Again, the rally that's coming towards him right now only has 400k. So that's kind of what you're expecting in these New Kingdoms, like not full rallies. Oh, it was almost 500k actually. So it said 400k. Again, it was 492k. So his watchtower says 400k, but it was actually 492k, 350k reds for them on that one. So a lot of people did not have the infirmary space to be sending those troops. Ended up losing a ton of troops on that. So let's take a look here. I think the rally will be coming in right after this. So again, yes, if you are in the situation, just make sure you can shield if you need to, because if you can't take a rally, don't take it. So yeah, for baby traffic, it's a roller coaster, because you're like, a lot of times you are still testing out your baby trap. There's no like guide to like, oh, have this many troops with this stats, and this can take this hit, and just because people's stats are all over the place, and you don't actually have like a comp that can cap everything usually in a kingdom, and it's really hard, especially in these new kingdoms. It's just people's stats are all over the place. So you could have a 12 million might baby trap or a 30 million might baby trap, just for different things. So obviously the 12 mil might one's not going to be capping the tier 4 guys, just for the tier 3 guys, where this 28 mil might one's for tier 4 guys, and it can't quite cap as 375k, so you got to be like 35 mil to do that, and it's just all over the place. Anyways, the rally is hit. You can see the damage done that. The guy did have a decent amount of troops left, even after sending all those ones at Brandon, so he still has about 2 million troops. Ended up losing a ton of troops. I think he might have ported away while both rallies were walking, so ended up losing a ton more troops on that one. So he dropped like, what was that, like 30 or 40 million might from everything. So yeah, it was a 21 mil might drop in that first rally, and then the other rally didn't even make it on. So he's down to 105 million from where he was. I think he was around 140 million might. I don't even know at this point. Anyways, so it was a little bit of a shorter video. I was just going to split it into two because Brendan sent me a ton of clips, so I was going to split his video into two different videos. So this is going to be the video 1 of 2. So if you guys enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the video in the description down below. I will have part 2 coming out probably early next week, so keep an eye out for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the one today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.